Welcome to this iKentoo tutorial video provided to you by 16 Limited. Today we will be covering using the app part 2, mainly focusing on the Actions tab and the payment screen. So let's start with the first part of today's video, adding a comment to an item. So each and every item which we add to the system, we are able to put comments. We can have comments which are predefined, like no eggs, no bacon, no lettuce, whereby the text is preset as a sub-item from the backend, and thus the server would only require to click on the item itself. Today, we will be showing you how to do an open text additional comment to the item. So we're going to open table 16 as we had in the first video. We're going to add a avocado taco to the list, and this time we are adding a item text. Adding an item text, we can write whatever we require, so no egg, and done. The no egg comment will be shown in the kitchen as a separate line but related to the item. Now, let's say we have added two items and we remember that we require some sort of a comment with the three oysters item on our screen. Now, in that case, we are required to choose that item before clicking on item text. So we click on the item will show up in black, and then click item text. And we say that we need extra lemon. And that comment comes directly with the three oysters. Let's start with the Actions tab. So with the Actions tabs, we can do a number of functions. If you press on the Actions tab, we can see a number of functions. The first function which we'll be covering is transferring a table. So transferring a table is used when a table which has been taken through orders will be moved to a different table with a different table number. In this case, we do transfer a table. We are required to enter the table number. It's going to transfer table 5 to table 6 and say done. Automatically, if we go to table 6, we now see that table 6 has the order which was before on table 5. Another function which we have with the Actions tab is transfer to staff. Now, we transfer to staff when either someone is closing a shift and thus will not stay on that table until it is closed. So some person of a staff would be required to transfer that table to another staff member to be able to continue the table. So press transfer to staff. In this case, in this demo, we do not have another staff apart from 16. So we click on the staff member that the transfer is going to be done to, and the system would then transfer the staff member in charge of the table. Next up is linking a table. Now, what is linking a table? With iKentoo 3.0 and the new functionality of wait times, linking a table is a very important tool for the system. Why? Because let's say in this case, table 6 is a large group of people made up of 2 or 3 tables. When we link a table, in this case I'm going to link table 5 to table 6, automatically on the table view, even though we are seeing table 6, we will notice that table 5 and table 6 both link to the same table 6. So we click table 5 and it took us into table 6. Just like if I press 5 table this time, it will still send me to table 6. This functionality is used when it comes to tables being linked together for a larger party of people. Another tab which we have on the system with regards to the Actions tab is Gratuity or tips. So from here, we can add tips to our order. We can add tips in both percentage or money. So in this case, I'm going to add 10% of tips to the order. As you can see, the 10% gratuity is now entered inside the system. There is also another way on how tips can be added via the payment portal or the payment screen at the end of the order. We will cover that later on in this video. Finally, in the Actions tab, we can cover the discounts. So let's say we will be giving a discount to this table on the whole bill. So you can do Actions and are able to um, give a discount accordingly, as you can see on the bottom part. So we're going to give 10% discount on the whole bill. A discount can also be applied on just one item inside the bill. So if we commit all the changes there, we open table 16 this time, and we will give a discount of 50% of the iced tea peach. So by clicking on the arrow, on the black arrow next to iced tea peach, the actions for that item come up and we click 50% discount. In this case, only that particular item is being given a discount. Another feature within iKentoo is selecting a client. So selecting a client, one would require to use the Clients tab on the bottom part of the screen to search for clients. In this case, we're looking for a client called David Saysoon. You can say View, seeing the details, select, and there we have the client selected. Once we commit, that order is now related to this particular client. If the client is not inside our system, we can add the client by clicking on Clients, create new record, GDPR notice comes up, and then we are able to say, in this case, company name ABC Limited. First name is John Doe. We are also able to enter more information accordingly, including consumer notes. We select, and then in this case, this order is now selected to John Doe. The second part of this video will cover the payment screen. So, the payment screen inside iKentoo covers quite a good number of items. Let's start with the first part of this screen, whereby we are closing a bill with a typical amount of money. So we retrieve the table as done before, click on Pay and Close, and are able to choose the payment method. Once we choose the payment method, we are able to close the bill, and the bill is closed. Another very important feature within the iKentoo app and the payment screen is change. So in the case of cash, we are able to calculate change. So this order in particular is a 525 euro order. We are able to enter the amount given both from the payment screen or directly from the keypad on the iKentoo screen. Press pay, pay and close, and the change will automatically come up on the screen. When we press tender, the system will show both the amount paid and the amount that is going to be given as change. Finally, in the payment screen, we can split the bill. Now, splitting the bill can be done in different ways. We will be entering a order now, which has different elements of the system. Now, what do we mean by that? So let's open table 5, which is now empty because we've closed it in earlier in this video, and we start taking the order. So in this case, it's a 4-person order, and we will be using the guest count or guest identification number, seat number. So we start by choosing the starters, which will be guest 1 having the taco, guest 2 having the oysters, guest 3 having the smoked duck, guest 4 having the platter. We go on to course 2 and we do the same way with the mains. So in this case, we're going to do guest 1, the duck breast, guest 2 with the Korean belly, guest 3 with the octopus, guest 4 with the rump. We can then also add a number of items which are shared between all of the clients. So we add 2 bottles of Barolo, which is shared with everyone, and 2 bottles of Gavi, which will be shared with everyone. We commit the order, and now we have a full order with our system. What do we do? Once we do table and press pay, we can either split account in this manner, whereby we can choose an item by item splitting onto a new account, or else if the account will be split directly onto what will be happening, we can press pay and close. Now we can choose to split the account either by items, by covers, or by seats. So by items, we are able to split accordingly each and every item. By covers, the whole bill will be split between 4 covers. In this case, we have 4 covers. If we use the by seat, then we are able to cover accordingly guest 1, guest 2, guest 3, guest 4, and the shared part of the bill. So if we press on guest 1, we are able to come up with the total for guest 1, which covers the €19 guest 1 for the avocado taco and duck breast, and also a fourth of the shared items being the wines that the client needs to pay for. In this case, the client gave us €50 and we close that one transaction of a full bill. This allows you to close the bill for one guest if they need to leave earlier from the table, without affecting the table counts and the guest splits accordingly. This is very handy when it comes to larger groups of people on the same table. Thank you for watching this video and looking forward to giving you more tutorials from 16 Limited. Thank you.